Alrighty, everyone. Hello, welcome to another episode. This episode, we're going to be flying the Boeing 787-9. Tell you a little bit about this one. This is the Aviators Edition um, by Magknight. Pretty nice flight actually. We're going to fly. Our flight today is going to be from I'm sorry, not Denver. It's going to be from Dallas Fort Worth to Denver. So we're not going to be flying with world traffic today, but we will be pulling up Fantastic and also logging into Fantastic as far as issuing our flight plan as well too. So hopefully we can get on frequency with them and see other pilots just flying around amongst us as well too. This is a scenery pack that I purchased for the Dallas Fort Worth um, airport. As you can see, let's take a look at the scenery here before we get started. Um, the scenery is pretty nice, actually. I'm really impressed with it. I have no complaints with it. This really covers every element here as far as what I'm expecting. Um, yeah, it's a really nice scenery for us. Okay, so let's get ready to get in our cockpit and let's get this aircraft started up. We're going to be cruising at altitude of 40,000 feet today. 40,000 will be our cruise altitude. Let's it's been a while since I've flown this one as well too, but let's go ahead and let's get it powered up. Let's get some battery power going first. Okay, turn it over. Let's put our RSs on. Let's see, these gens are already showing on. They should be off for an initial start here. Let's go ahead and get some ground power going here. Okay, okay. Here's the ground power units. Okay, here we go. Let's trigger on the ground power. So we're not sitting there operating off a battery. Let's go ahead and put our AC gens on. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get some window heat going as well too, and the primary heat. So let's get electrical units on auto. For the hydraulics. For the hydraulics there. Let's go ahead and turn the seating on auto as well too. Get some lighting here in the cockpit. Let's see. So what do we have over here? This is engine, and I don't think we need to turn this here on yet. I think we're good with this. We'll leave this alone for now. Let's turn the fuel pumps on already. Hit the ice. We'll get that on here momentarily. We'll turn our beacon on once we get ready to start up our APU. Override AC, circular fans on. Let's go and get our packs on. Get some air in the cabin. Okay. All right, let's see. Looks like we should be about ready to fire up our instruments. All right. Let me get re-familiar with this here. Okay, got a lot going on. Okay. All right, here's going to be our transponder. Right now we're on standby. We'll keep the transponder on standby for now. There's a transponder right there. As far as where we'll program our transponder there. for whatever air traffic control gives us. If we don't get one, we'll stay at 2,000 right now as far as our transponder. Okay, I don't see. I think we're right now pretty much all set. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at our cockpit here. Okay. FMC here. Kind of got to click in the corner there in order to bring her up. We'll be setting up our flight plan here momentarily. Let's go ahead and get it. Let's get it fueled up. Get the cargo in as well too. And all right, so back over here. Okay, let's go back to our main menu. Air settings. Let's look at settings first. Okay, we are going to be operating for pounds, not kilograms. Aircraft configuration. Here's where we're going to start doing our loadout. Okay, so amount of passengers, we're going to be we're going to have 350 passengers planned today. Let's see, is it going to allow us to? Oh, I'll just slide the bar here. 350 passengers is what we're going to be loading out. Let's see, it only takes us up to 300. That's fine. All right, zero fuel weight. We got 368,000 pounds. Where am I getting this information? Let me show you where I'm capturing this data from. Okay, straight from SimBrief, folks. Straight from SimBrief. Put your information in SimBrief. Execute your generate your plan. I always like using the print PDF mode. Kind of brings it up for you here. Gives us all the information we need. Cost index. Come down next page here. We got our standard passengers normally for that they set for as default. Payload, zero fuel weight, fuel. There you go. So that's where we're capturing our data from right now. Okay, so with this flight, so they have us at 31,300 pounds of fuel. Let's see. 31,300, and that leaves some room for reserve as well. So we'll just go 31,700. Let's see. Extra by the time we land, landing fuel, we should be at. Let's see. Actually, this is what I want to do. I want to put a little bit more. Let's see what happens if we fill it all the way up to 40 to 76. I don't want her too heavy now. We got her to 76,300, which should be our maximum amount of fuel to load up, which is a lot, of course, but okay, 76,000 is close enough to 300, and we should have the extra fuel as far as 45,000 when we arrive. Right in here. Let's go 45. That's good. Okay, so it's we're loading up. We're maxing out as far as the fuel on board. We're using the maximum settings here. I'm just going to go ahead and put 76,000 with the extra fuel there being 45,000. Okay. All right. I think that let's keep on going through our options here. It's going to be consider it short haul, one way flight. Crew, it's not international, so we're not going to load up too many crew members there. That gives it extra 33 pounds flying international. But crew, let's go ahead and put 4 flight crew on there. Cabin crew, let's go 6. 6 for the cabin crew. We'll go halfway. If we was going international, I will go ahead and just max it out. Passengers, we already have passengers already set here. Equaling out to 300. For cargo, okay, this just breaks out the cargo that we already have there as well too. And our fuel. Let's see what happens when we load aircraft. Okay, it sounds like our ground power unit just shut off on us as well too, and it sure did. Let's get her back up and going. Let's keep her going. I want to keep her going right now. I don't want to shut her down yet. But when it loaded up, it actually did shut it down. Let's keep it going. I just heard it shut off when we did load. So let's keep that on for now. I don't want to shut that down yet. So aircraft is loaded. Let's okay that. Let's initialize. Let's get our performance here before we initialize it. We already initialized it, but we'll go back in for our performance. Airport info. Okay, so that'll be DFW. Okay, runway we're going to be expecting is going to be 18 left. Okay, conditions are dry. Let's look at our ATIS. Let's see what the ATIS is for Denver. I'm sorry I keep saying Denver. Dallas Fort Worth. Okay, so Dallas Fort Worth here. Here's our ATIS. Dallas Fort Worth. Right now 17 degrees Celsius. Altimeter 3002. Winds out of 310. 10 miles gust. Total of 17 knots. Okay. All right. You probably hear strange noise in the background. Looks like got some drilling close by. Probably my neighbor, but hopefully that doesn't last long here. Hopefully they'll be done with that shortly, whatever they're drilling. All right. So winds. Let's go ahead and put our winds in. We got 310. 310, 17 knots. That's where we are. And I mentioned that we're going to be at 17, not 23 Celsius, so it should be 17. Our Q and H. Our Q and H. Should be 30.02. Okay, it's not. Let's look at something here. Our Q and H is showing international specs here. Let's set it for. Oh, there we go. We just fixed that. We're not international. Let's get back here. 30.02. There we go. Good. Let's look at our flaps. Let's see where it's going to be. Keep in mind, we are maxing out on our fuel. We don't have a lot of cargo. Let's just give it 15. Let's give it 15 degrees. Give our flaps to 15. I think that's fair. All right, so look at a couple things. Takeoff weight, 202,000. I don't think that's right. I think we have to change that. The takeoff weight. Let's see what we have as far as our takeoff weight. Takeoff weight should be 446,300 as far as our takeoff weight that I'm seeing here. Okay, so let's go back to performance. Let's put that in instead, so it can match to what it should be. 6,300. Well, that should be right. That adds up. It's calculated. Okay, this is good. We have a breakout of our um, let's see, V1s, V2, and our our rotate for our V2. Our V2 is 161. Let's go ahead and set that 161. Okay, where would we? Here we go. 161. Okay, so that's where we want to be with that. Okay. All right, trim. Takeoff trim's gonna be 4 3/4, 4.75. Where's our takeoff trim? There we go. There it is. Set that to 4.75. Okay, takeoff trim is set. We're almost there, folks. I think we're going to be taking off here shortly. Okay, so flaps 15. Okay, everything looks good. Everything looks good. Very calculated. So we're fine there. Let's go back to our main menu. Okay, so our ground power better still be on. Okay, it's on here. Let's just before we shut that ground power off, let's start up our APU. Okay, let's get our APU going. Okay. I've also flown this airliner overseas too. It's pretty fun, pretty enjoyable. But again, it's going to be just really quick, short flights here. Then we'll get to those international flights here after we make these few shorter videos with these shorter flights, and then we'll make them a little longer. All right, so got APU going. Let's get our APU gens turned up. Let's go ahead and get our beacon on. Go ahead and get our anti-ice. Go ahead and turn that on now. I think we're all set here. Let's go ahead and arm. Can we arm our cargo fire? No, we can't. So let's broadcast communications, humidifier. Let's turn those on. All right. Well, so now since we got APU, let's go ahead and shut off our external power there, and respectfully, let's go over here and let it go. Okay. Now that's the proper way. I'm not sure why it shut it down when we hit the load. But I'm glad we caught that and fired it back up there. Let's look at our flight plan this evening here. Okay, we're going to be flying out of. Okay, we're going to get our nav charts up as well. Okay, we're going to be again mentioned flight cruise altitude of 40,000. Let's pull our flight plan into Navigraph. Let's take a look at our route. Okay. All right. So it's not, again, like I said, it's not a long flight, but this is a good start off. So we got we'll be departing via runway 18 left. It's a Logan 8 departure. Let's take a closer look at this Logan 8 departure here. Okay, so it's like 18 left is going to be flying out via South Lakes. We're going to be on header 176 on this departure. We're going to be turning to 192 to intercept the B Park waypoint. Maximum, okay, I see maximum of 240 knots there once we hit Yamal. greater than 5,000 feet at YAML. And then come around these other waypoints here. It's planned, and take us up to this waypoint here, Ardmore waypoint. And so for 18 left. All right, so there we go. We'll climb heading 176, intercept 196 degrees to be parked, and then on track. Top altitude for departure is going to be 10,000 feet. So that's our departure. Let's go ahead and set our maximum climb. Okay, we already set for 10,000 actually, which is good. We already have that set. So let's look at the rest of our plan here. Okay, so we don't have any airways. Let's see, we're going to be going from a SID, then direct to Roseway Point, then as filed direct to the VOR Lima Bravo Lima, and direct to another waypoint Helen, and then we have our arrival coming in at NIX 2 arrival into Denver. So let's look at this NIX 2 arrival. Okay, so as we coming into the NIX 2 arrival on transition being Helen, as you see there, into this arrival, we are going to be crossing. We'll set 11,000 for us to come down to on this arrival, because you see it's going to maintain 11,000 here as well too at 210 knots. So when we start our descent, we'll set our descent down to 11,000 to get there. We won't be going to Boss. We'll be going this route here, as you see scaled out. Where our arrival is going to be 16 right. So this is the route we're going to be taking for arrival 16 right into Denver. Okay, looking at Denver Airport. All right, so we look at Denver Airport. This is 16 right. We'll be coming in this way here. We got plenty of runway too. 16,000 feet of runway. Plenty good runway. Also, keep in mind, I actually got to download scenery for Denver, so I'll get to show you that when we arrive. So that's our plan, folks. Let's go ahead and start keying these elements into our FMC, and hope this FMC is friendly with us. It should be. So here we are, tapping the corner to bring it up. All right, let's see. We got the current nav data there, which expires April 22nd, so we're good on the nav data that we have. Okay. So let's see. Okay, we'll get to this point here. Okay. Route. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's go ahead and start keying in our route. We have to use this keypad here as we're keying in this route. So let's go ahead and zoom it in here. Okay, so Dallas Fort Worth. Okay, Denver. Flight 1979. Execute that. And we're going to be departing via SID. So let's go ahead and put our departure in now. Okay, so we're going to be departing via runway 18 left. 18 left. Key that in here. Departure via SID. Logan 8. Logan 8 departure. Okay, transition via rolls. Execute. And we should have that in our plan. Okay, so there we have it. Okay, looks good so far. Okay, so let's put in our target speed too. This is something that we have to do with this FMC, is put in our target speed. Let's figure out what our target speed is going to be. Okay, so what I normally do is I go straight to this right here as far as our cruise. Well, this top is sitting here, but during our cruise, we're going to be at 0.85 as far as our top speed. So let's put that as far as our target speed is 0.85. Okay, cruise altitude. The cruise altitude is going to be 40,000. Okay. All right, let's look at our route. Let's go next. Okay. Rolls, and let's start keying in our route. Let's go ahead and get that keyed in here. All right, so bring up my map off to the side here. All right, so we have rolls, transition rolls, and after rolls, direct to VOR Lima Bravo Lima, Lima Bravo Lima. Okay. Yes, we want to select this one, this 4 here, which is 310 miles out, not 4,000. Okay. This one here is what we want to select. Okay. Direct to Helen waypoint. HALEN. Okay. Okay. Yes, we want this one here at 386 miles from us. That's what we want. And we don't have our rival in yet, so let's put our rival in. So that was it for our quick short as far as our waypoints. So we got all the way to hell in here. Now we'll just get this Nix 2 in our 16 right runway for the arrival. Let's go ahead and get that keyed in here. So let's go to arrivals. Okay, Denver. Okay, it's going to be the Nix 2 arrival. We're going to transition into our star from Helen. Okay, and we're going to be expecting runway 16 right. And 16 right has transitions too. Let's take a look at those transitions for 16 right. All right, so back to Denver here, 16 right. All right, here's our transitions into 16 right. Cal, Teschner, see Shred is there. Okay, what transitions are we gonna have into 16 right? I'm looking more like Kyle. Kyle should be our transition there. Going into runway 16 right. Let's go ahead and select Kyle. I think that'll be a good option. All right. If not, we can change as we go along here. Okay, so we have our full flight. We have our full flight set here. Let me pull this off to the side. Okay, let's clear that. Let's look at our route, our legs, our route. See if we can step. Let's see if we can step through our route here. There we go. Let's plan. And let's step through our route. Let's see if we can find any discontinuity as we're stepping through. It all looks good. Those arrows are show areas of climb. Where would we climbing at? There's some discontinuity there between that VOR and Helen. Let's clear that. Okay, let's go back into this. Make sure we have a smooth flight plan. Everything looks good. Everything looks really good. It's flowing well. Okay, and we have a VOR set too. We'll leave the I'm sorry, VOR. We have a vector there at the cliff let's keep that vector there just in case the air traffic control comes online. We'll be able to know that that's an area where we'll be vectored in. If not, we'll go ahead and clear that vector while we're flying. Um, no worries. So this cliff, that'll be the vector right there to continue forward. Um, we got some discontinuity here with Kyle. Let's go ahead and put Kyle in that place, that discontinuity there, and execute that. So unable to be at 15,000 at rots. Okay, we'll take a look at that. Okay, so rots is so where's rots? Roots. I'm sorry, roots. Um, let's see. Where is roots? Roots is right here. Okay, so we have unable to be at 15,000 at roots. Well, let's look at our map here. So roots, we should be, because we should be crossing this area here in between 15,000 and 17,000. So we should hit roots at 15,000. But let's just see what our flight plan has set for the altitude around there. So we'll continue forward. We'll come back to that, the routes there. So let's step into this area, cliff. Actually, let's go back. Okay, let's go back here. Here we go. Go into this here. This arrival here. So Hager, we got routes at 15,000 right there. Yeah, we have that set. Okay, so look at the distance here from JPage to routes is 5 miles, right? That gives us plenty of time. We should already be in between this altitude there, so I don't see that being an issue of crossing 15,000 and 5 miles when we should be between 15,000 and 17,000, 5 miles prior to routes. We should be fine. Okay. All right. And continue. So that'll be our turn into Kyle right there, coming into 16 right. And as we take 16 right on into our airport. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. We have a good route. Now what we're showing here now is a misapproach information here. Let's look at our misapproach for Denver. And again, I always like to plan ahead so that I'm familiar as far as what's needed before we get there. 16 right. So what happens when we misapproach here? Climb to 5,900 feet. So we'll make sure we set our instruments to 5,900. Then climb right. Turn to 12,000. Okay, we'll continue. We'll turn right once we hit 5,900. Then we turn right to 12,000 on the heading of 280 degrees. There we go right there. As we see, our heading. We'll have our heading set too. We'll have the heading set for 218 degrees, so we can easily go right into that if we miss the runway there. Along, like I said, along with our altitude. Let's go. We'll actually set our altitude to 12,000 so that we can have that. We don't have to go back to change it from 5,900 to 12,000. So we'll go ahead and just set it for 12,000, and we'll make sure we climb to as soon as we cross 5,900. We'll go ahead and turn our autopilot on so it can capture that route to climb right heading to Bruges. So it looks like it'll be taking us to Bruges there, and at Bruges, it's a possibility we can actually get a holding pattern there if need be as well too. That is our plan. That is our plan, along with our missed approach going into Denver as well too. Up there it is. Yeah, 5,900 um, intercept. Then we got the Bruise to 12,000. Exactly what we want to see there. Good. Yep. Take us out the Bruise, and there's a possibility of a holding pattern there. Okay. It's a good plan. Good plan. I feel very confident with it. Let's go ahead and turn that plan off. All right. So at this point, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get let's file our flight plan through Fantastic as well. XPilot is the tool that I'm using. Oh, before doing so, let me show you something here. We should be our global real weather, folks. We have to implement that. Don't want to leave home without it. Dynamic weather download. Let's get that going. That's good stuff there. Keeps our weather current as current conditions are. So with that download for us, we'll be on our way. Okay. It's loading. Okay. Review weather situation. Okay, we'll go ahead and hit the start weather so it can download into our sim. Okay. All right, we are good. Let's just see right now where we are, Dallas. Where are we at 40,000? Do we have winds 262 degrees direction at 95 knots. Okay. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and minimize that, and let's go ahead and get let's get our XPilot going here. Okay, so flying the 787 today, -900. That's our call sign there. Okay, let's connect. Okay, and let's. Okay, well, let's put our flight plan in. That's what it's telling us. We don't have a flight plan, but we're putting it in there. We're going to Denver. And alternate airport there. Okay, and let's put in cruise altitude being 40,000. And importantly, let's drop our flight plan on there. And copy from SimBrief. There's our flight plan. All right, and I think we're all good. Let's file it. We're all set. We're filed there. We're also, seems that we filed there. Let's go ahead and prepare to bring it up on here as well too, which it will be tracing, tracking us from Fort Worth to Denver, so we can at least see when air traffic control comes on, what have you, here on a map. But we should be popping up red here once it updates. So it's in the process of updating now. We should see that soon. Oh, as a matter of fact, there we go. We just picked this up. We go ahead and click into Dallas Fort Worth, and we should be, there we are. United Airlines 1979. They haven't picked up they have not picked up our submitted flight plan yet, but our flight plan has been submitted. So all that's being updated right now as we speak. Okay, let's move this out of the way as well. We are good with this. Let's make sure our speeds are still there in place as they should. Okay, let's go ahead and close this for now. Let's put our initial climb to 1800. Okay, we'll be climbing to 10,000. We'll set 1800 feet per minute. So we have set for flight director. We'll turn that on as we get underway. As we prepare to line up, we'll go ahead and throttle forward. Once we line up on the runway, get clearance for departure, we'll turn after we lift off, we'll turn our L nav on, our V nav on, and our autopilot, which is right here. Let's get our autopilot, and we should be good on our departure. Okay, we'll set our RTO. All right, folks, I think we are all set. Get our transponder. Let's go ahead and turn our transponder on. We turn our transponder on. You'll notice this goes into mod Charlie. Turn it off, and you'll see it's off here. But once we turn it back on, it goes back into mod Charlie there. So mode Charlie. I'm sorry. So that's what we want. What else we have down here? I think that's about it for now. Okay. Let's see. Let me look at a couple things here. Cap, waypoint, transponder. We have a good cross check here on everything. Let's see, our brakes are still on here. Ground service, double check. So we'll clear the ground service there. Let's go ahead and get our pushback going. Okay, we have company there. Someone else joining us there, which is great, and a few others actually. As you can see here, we got a few others there. That's let's go ahead and take a look at our airport overall. Get a good view of our airport. Okay, let's see. It's circling around here. Take a look. See what all we have here. So I've been to Dallas Fort Worth quite a few times, and this is exactly how it looks. How the highways run right in between the middle of the airport there. It's pretty cool, actually. I've had to stay at this hotel here during a layover. Let's see, we have a pilot there. That's on board with us. Pilot there. Okay, all right. All right, let's call for. Let's see. Let me pull up our map here real quick. Let's get us back over to Dallas Fort Worth. Here, let's open up airport, and there we are. There, we're going to be taxiing. We're taxiing to runway 18 left via is this Gulf? No, it's we can let's go ahead and taxi via Foxtrot. We'll taxi via
Forward traffic, good afternoon or good morning, American 2766 type Airbus A319, taxiing runway 35 left via Kilo Echo Romeo, forward traffic.
Interesting. 35 left. That's opposite direction we're going. Let me look at our ATIS real quick. Dallas Fort Worth. Let's look at our ATIS here. he may stand correct. We are, yeah, let's correct him on that. We have winds out at 310 at 17 knots. I'll go ahead and respectfully correct him on that here. Stand by. Let's turn that second comms off. The second comms is really loud here. And second here, I've got a reverb back on that second comms. Let's see if we can go ahead and shut that second comms off. There we go. I think we should be good here. Oh, that turned us off too, as far as our radio. Let's get our radio back on here. Let's see. Okay, second comms here. Let's. We're getting some feedback here on our. I want to shut that off there. See if that. Oh, that works. There we go. This is United 1979. Now, the last aircraft that just made an announcement on departure. You mentioned that you departed on runway 35 left.
Yes, that's correct. 35 left.
Roger, copy. Just so I looked at the ATIS. It looks like we're, correct me if I'm wrong, right now the ATIS out of Fort Worth. It looks like winds are coming out of 310, and actually 17 knots, pretty strong. Actually, you know what? You are absolutely correct. That should be 35 left. I actually had mine set for 18 left. I'll make a change myself.
Yep, that sounds good. Big old cold front's coming through. So, yeah, they started, they were taking off to the south early this morning, and now this cold front's coming through. Now it's shifted.
Raj, copy at safe flying there. Copy.
Absolutely, you too, sir.
Okay, folks, that is a change. That is a change on our part there. I happened to notice as I was speaking that yeah, coming out of 310 would be coming from the north, so we need to go towards the headwind on departure. So we're going to be changing our departure to 36 right instead. So 36 right is what we're going to change to. Okay, good. This is good here. Let's go ahead and make this change to 36 right. Runway 36 right. Okay. And there we go. There's our change to 36 right. Okay, just that easy. Now we got to go in our FMC, make that quick change, and we'll go ahead and follow that departure. Okay, 36 right's where we'll be. Okay, let's make our change on our departure. As a matter of fact, real quick before we make a change on our departure, let's look at our SID as well. 36 right. Let's do an overlay on that. Okay, so it captured us on that northbound departure there. So we're going to be connecting via Hazel, is it to Logan? This route will be taken. So let's check our FMC. Let's make the appropriate changes here where we need to on that departure. All right, so let's open that back up here. All right, let's go back to our departure. Okay, departure here. Okay, this is where we want to make a change right there. Okay, the train's gonna be 36 right. Oh, that's a good catch there. If it wasn't from him, I don't think I would have caught that. But I'm not sure why SimBrief had us going that route there. Yeah, kind of strange. Okay, so 36 right there, and we're gonna stick with our Logan 8 departure still, and we're still gonna transition through Rose. Okay, we're still getting that error for routes, but I don't think that's right. You can go ahead and ignore that. Our flight plan looks appropriate. So got our route. Let's So our speeds are still there. Our legs. Let's just look at our legs.
So let's forward traffic American 955 on final runway 135 left.
Wow, that was a lot of feedback coming from that person there. We're transmitting okay. That was that pilot. Something's wrong with his mic. Okay, so let's walk through.
And last aircraft calling. Are you on the ground at DFW? There's a lot of background noise there. Notice, sir. This American 955. We are on final runway 35 left to Dallas forward. All right. Hold short there, and we'll wait your have a good flight. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, looks like our flight plan's good to go. We're set. That change is made. Okay. And let's go ahead and get our push and start going. Okay, let's minimize that. All right.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Let's see, where's our, hard to tell, lines. I think our taxiway line is right here. I believe it's right here. It looks like that's about right. Okay, we'll set it there.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming. All right, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
The weather seems pretty nice here in Dallas Fort Worth as well. Like we got clear skies too. I think things are a little rough in Denver though, the way it looked to me. It's like we had the weather's not that great. We'll look at that for you once we get on our way here. And I will be checking at arrival to make sure that arrival is right. That Denver gave us for Denver. We'll check the winds to make sure that we're going.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go. Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Okay. Good pushback there. Let's get the engine started here. All right, so let's start our right engine first. Ignition. Let's get some fuel. Good start up on that right engine there. It's starting up now.
And forward traffic, American 2766 lining up runway 25 left. Traffic, American 955, runway 35 left, is clear, sir. Cargo flight.
Wow, his mic is not being too friendly with them today.
And for traffic, American 2766, thank you, runway 35 left.
Alright, let's get our left engine started up. We got good on our right engine there. Let's get some fuel to the left engine. Let's get it started up now. Looks like it's a good start.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake. And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Got a good start on both engines.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Alright, a couple things here before we start our taxi. We can go ahead and shut our APU gens down. Go ahead and shut down APU. Nav lights on, logo lights, wing light as well. Let's get our taxi light going. Okay. Let's get our flaps in place. We set for 15. Flaps for 15. Okay, looks good. And let's go ahead and arm our speed brake here. I believe we should probably just pull it back a little bit slightly to arm it. There we go. Okay, speed brake armed. Okay. Flaps coming down both sides. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and make our announcement. So the traffic knows that we are taxiing to 36 right. We're going to be taxiing 36 right. Also, we're going to be taxiing via Foxtrot to 36 right as well. So. The ground, this is United 1979 Heavy, push and start complete, taxiing runway 36 right via Foxtrot. Okay. Alright, it shows 10. I thought we set 4. We did set for 15, didn't we? Yeah, let's, glad we checked that. Let's go one more on those flaps there. Get it a little further down. There we go. That's what we want. Okay, it's all set. And 15 it is. Alright, let's release our brakes and let's proceed to our taxi. turn on to Foxtrot right here. Let's go ahead and cross on Whiskey Lima. Get on Foxtrot right here. Okay, let's turn on Foxtrot.
Traffic, Skyways 4643, taxi into runway 35 left via Whiskey Lima, Foxtrot, Alpha and Kilo. So this is like we're clear. No incoming traffic there. Looks like we should go ahead and do a lineup and immediate departure runway 36 right. I'll go ahead and make that announcement as well. Fort Worth traffic. This is United 1979 Heavy. Line it up. Runway 36 right for immediate departure. Okay, let's go ahead and proceed for our departure. Let's first go ahead and turn on our departure lights. Okay. We should be all set. Okay, let's speed to 75%. Okay. Toga.
80 knots. Rotate.
Let's rotate.
Positive rate.
Okay. Let's our LNAV, VNAV, gear up.
1000.
Instead our climb here is work on getting our autopilot on here. Stand by. Okay. Autopilot's not being friendly with us. Let's see why. Wanted me to also turn on the other flight director that was on this side as well too. So both flight directors have to be on in order for autopilot to be engaged here. Let's relieve some of our flaps. Okay. We're going to go down to 5% for our flaps. Okay, 1%. Still positive climb. Okay, and right now we are at 0% flaps there. Allow her to climb. Okay. Ooh, steep climb there. Okay, let's bring it down a few notches here. We're just trying to get the speed back down to 340 knots, I believe. That's such a steep climb there. There we go. It's more like it. More like there. Okay. Okay, we got good controls. Good controls here. Let's go ahead and take a view. Okay, there's our airport back there. And also for the record, I just noticed something as well too. Do not use this autopilot that you see here. Use this autopilot to the left. Notice that we were kind of going off of our plan there because we were utilizing this right one here. For some odd reason, that right one is not friendly with us. Let's stick with the autopilot here to the left to engage. Overall, I really like this flight. There's just a few little quirks here and there, but I really do enjoy this flight. Let's go ahead and set for. Let's check our SID to see if we can go ahead and continue with our climb. If we got any altitude restrictions here. Let's check it out and see. Okay. Okay, as long as we're above 9,000 there. Okay, let's go ahead and get up to, we have no flight restrictions. Let's go ahead and get up to our cruise altitude for 400. Start our climb. Oh, also, let's go ahead and turn off Takeoff lights there. Departure lights, we no longer need them. Cut our wing light off as well and our logo. And we'll continue our climb. Altitude 40,000. Can't beat the weather. The weather's is really in our favor right now for this departure out of Fort Worth. So we just crossed the waypoint. Let's see which waypoint that it was that we just crossed. Okay, and that'll be Logan. Just crossed Logan. Continue our climb. Go. Just cross Logan. Now we're heading direct to this is Adam Ardmore. So we're headed direct to now. Okay, let's go ahead and go standard on our altimeter. Right now we got 29991. We've crossed 18,000 feet, so let's go standard on that. Let's look at progress. Okay, top of descent is going to be 417 miles. Okay. Let's see, we're going to be crossing Alpha Delta Mike in 35 miles. Okay, it'll be a quick flight here. Right now we're steady picking up speed right now. Ground speed of 413 knots. Okay, still got a really good, strong climb. Right now we're climbing at 2,000 feet per minute. And ground speed 440 knots. True airspeed is 420, 430. Once we get to cruise altitude, we'll start looking at. We'll take a look at the Denver weather to see what that weather looks like. Preparation for arrival there. Very nice scenery there. Again, this is download scenery there from Ortho 4XP. Really allows your ground area, your scenery completely look very realistic. So I'm a big fan of that. I did notice that the previous episodes. I was complaining that I noticed that there were extra terminal ramps at our airports, and I realized once I removed the scenery, the Ortho 4XP scenery, when I deleted that out, it relieved that. So I'm still learning as I go along as far as these sceneries and how to perfect it. So I will be going back and correcting. I think it's the Atlanta airport when I saw the double gates ramps extending out to the aircraft. All right, so we turned at Alpha Delta Mike and going straight to Waypoint MR Mac. Total 59 miles, crossing that at 1527 Zulu. Let's see, where's our time at on our aircraft here? Let's find that. Let's see, here's our time here on our aircraft. 14, let me see, it's 14 minutes. Right now we're at 1521. 14, okay, there we go. Makes sense to me now. Okay, our current time is actually 1521 Zulu. Which that should put us across MR Mac in 6 minutes. That waypoint is at 15. We should cross that 54 miles. 53 miles to MR Mac at estimated time arrival of 1527 Zulu. We're showing 1522 Zulu. It's only 5 minutes, so it's it seems fast to me, but I guess we're doing well. Okay, dude, I'm starting to see this overcast coming around here. As I mentioned, coming to Denver, I don't think the weather is too great there. let's go ahead and turn off our anti-ice. We're not going through any cloud coverage. We're above 10,002. For now, let's go ahead and just cut it off. Even though we do have on auto, we'll just shut it off for now and make sure we turn it back on once we start descending. Okay, still climbing, another 4,300 feet to cruise altitude. Yeah, we're very close to our cruise altitude. We had 2,100 more miles to go, and we're on cruise altitude here, so we should be there shortly. I do believe, let me see, right now we're sitting at Mach 0.74, and we do have Mach 0.83, I believe we said. Let's see what we have set for us. Mach 0.85. Mach 0.85. So here's what I'm expecting. When we hit that cruise altitude of 40,000, I'm expecting this to change automatically to 0.85 Mach. And seeing as though we have auto throttle armed, it should pull us right in, excel us right into the speed of 0.85. So we'll see there once we hit this cruise altitude of 40,000. 400 more feet to go before we hit that cruise. And again, I'm paying very close attention to our Mach 0.74, expecting it to jump up accordingly. Okay, we're almost there. And look at it jumped up. We are picking up speed. Okay, and we should be now, since we're at cruise altitude 400, it automatically increased to Mach 0.85, setting it there. So we are actually gradually picking up speed to meet that Mach 0.85. Good. That's what we wanted to see there. It's working well. Okay, folks, I'm gonna step away for like three to 5 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and continue flying here. It's just gonna be a little intermission point here. We'll be right back in about 5 minutes.
Okay, we're back. We're back. Let's see. Let's check our progress. And also look, we have picked up our speed. 0.8, 0.85. We'll give it. Did well. We're now cruising at ground speed of 436 knots. Let's get progress report here. Sean, we got top of descend. We'll be at 295 miles. We'll be at now, since we're at final cruise speed, final cruise altitude, along with speed of 0.85, Mach 0.85. These times, these estimated times should be pretty much more accurate now as far as calculation. Top of descend, 292 miles. Estimated time arrival for the top descent would be at 1609 Zulu. 1609 Zulu. Okay, and there we have it. 1609 Zulu. We should be crossing that here relatively soon here, and I think, let me see, I think when we cross that top of the descent here, we will be, let's find out, let's see if we can see where that is, where the top of the descent will be on our map. Let's range out. Let's see if we can, I'm just gonna, it's not gonna tell us on here. It's ranged out as far as we could there, we don't see it. That's okay, no worries. So our next waypoint is going to be Rolls, which is going to be 48 nautical miles. I'm crossing Rolls at 15, at approximately at 1540 Zulu. Another six and a half minutes there. Here we are, right here on the map as far as Zulu, Rolls, right there. We'll be almost at our midway point by then. Well, a little less, but almost there. Almost at that midpoint. take a look around, see how things are looking outside. Yeah, big difference in the weather compared to at Fort Worth. They were a little spoiled with some nice weather. They didn't even have any cloud coverage. So let's take a quick look at our weather coming into Denver. All right, let's see what we have. The winds are going to be coming out at 220 and at 7 knots, which is correct. We should be flying southbound, via 16 right. So looks like we're still there. Yep, looks like we're still there. There's a lot that ATIS gives us. I have to study this more. I think few means few clouds spread out at 8,000 feet. Few clouds spread out at 13,000 feet as well too. 10. I think this is oh man, I can't think of what 10SM stands for. Each one of these have a particular element. I'll have to look back and research again to know each and every single one of these as far as what it means. It talks about cloud coverage and everything else too, as you already see. About a few clouds there. I think it's like the type of clouds too. You know, but it's good information. Importantly, as far as for your runway, you want to know this. Direction that the wind is going 220 degrees at 7 knots, which will be going towards the wind to keep us good lift here. This is the time right now that it's run. It's 2014 Zulu time that this was run. We hit the execute again. Yeah, it's still, this is current as far as 2014 Zulu. Okay, so fantastic. Here we are. Almost 4. Let's take a look and see if our flight plan should be there. Yep, there it is. I knew it just had to update when we initially execute back when. Time remaining for our flight, estimated 46 minutes. Estimated time arrival into Denver, 1627 Zulu. Okay, remaining distance of 342 nautical miles. All right, it's good information there. Altitude is 40,000. Denver is right here. We have 3 departures currently coming out of Denver, along with 5 scheduled arrivals. As well too. One of those. Yep, there we go. There. All right. Here's our ATIS. All right. Okay, another thing I'd like to show you here is, you see, if we add a different view down the cockpit, you notice that your updates to your FMC is not taking place here. I'm currently for viewing, but once we go back to the cockpit, you'll see all this information update immediately. So let's give it a shot here and see. There we go. Everything updated as of current. No effect to the flight at all. It's just the access to be able to view it. You won't be able to view the actuals until you're back in the cockpit. I think that's also the same as far as from the HUD view as well. Nope, I think we're okay as far as the HUD view. I think it's I believe it's capturing. Let me see. I might be wrong. It may be the same as well too for the HUD view. Yeah, it doesn't like it's gonna no updates to this, not until we're actually. Yep, here we go. Just taking on a nice interior tour here of the 787. Not bad interior, not bad at all. With this level of detail, they should go ahead and put a first class in here, but this all looks like it's all economy throughout, which we know realistically this is a first class area here. It would have been nice to see that. Quick tour of our interior. So we're going to be crossing VOR Lima Bravo Lima, which is actually Liberal, passing Liberal here in 6 miles, and direct to Helen. Helen should be top of our star, right next to arrival. So it looks like we have 77 miles. We still got 132 nautical miles before our top descent, but we should be we should be within our, we should be actually entering our star once we hit Helen. We're into our star. Let me go ahead and display that and show it to you as well. So here's Nick's to arrival. Here's Helen here, which puts us right to our star, which is the purple highlighted area. Okay, we are at 100 nautical miles before we hit our top of descend. Crossing Helen and another 44 miles, putting us there at 1605 Zulu. Let's look at our how much longer it's going to take us to get our top descend. We're going to be crossing our top descend. It's estimated time of 1612 Zulu, and right now 1601. Should put us there in approximately, should be 11 minutes actually. Okay, looks like we just crossed Helen, and we should be crossing Corn in 31 nautical miles. Our top descend, 53 miles at top descend. As we mentioned previously, we're going to go ahead and set our descent altitude to 11,000. So let's go ahead and set that now. Go ahead and set that now for 11,000. Hopefully at the top descent it'll automatically pick it up. If not, we'll go ahead and do a click on flight change there. Put on auto. Let me zoom in here. As far as what we did here. Okay. So here's where got it down to 11 as far as our set altitude. Put on auto. Let's see if that collaborates with our top descent there. We're hoping that we'll get a automatic descent start once we cross that top descent at 44 nautical miles. One more thing we're going to do as well, seeing as though we're at the top of our we're actually entering our star, our next 2 arrival. Let's go ahead and set our heading accordingly as well too. I want our heading to match our direction here. At any given time, the air traffic control come on board and tell you go, 10 degrees left, 10 degrees right, vector you in. It allows us to make that change expeditiously. So let's go ahead and just follow it as is. And when we go to it, we don't want to have to be doing this to get to the header that we need. Which is going to be wasting more time for immediate turn upon command. So let's just go ahead and set the header in a direction that we're consistently going all the way until we turn for our initial approach for runway 16 right. So we're going to go ahead and set this here for, as you can see, our let me open it up for us a little bigger here. Horn should be at 106 right now. Is the direction that we're going right now. Horns, we'll keep it set as such to 106 degrees for corn. And it will change as we cross our next waypoint if it's different. Progress is telling us we got 28 nautical miles before top descend. Oh, it looks like we got some skies are looking better here, heading towards Denver. This is good. This is good. I'd rather have some clear weather any day, anytime actually. So take a look around. Reviews. And that cloud coverage behind us, let's keep it that way. Okay, we're at 8 nautical miles before top of descend. We're going to leave it right here so we can see if the aircraft responds to how we're expected to respond, to automatically do a descend once it crosses that top of descend here, which is going to be another 7 miles. Hopefully we're not going to have to click on flight change. We anticipated doing it automatically, but let's see what happens. Another 6 more miles here. Okay, we got something performing here. Okay, throttle came back. It's slowing down. Looks like it's starting to do automatic descent for us. This is what we want, folks. Look at that sprawl right there turning by itself. Take a look at this as well too. Looks like it's slowing down, slowing down, slowing down, slowing down. Let's get it steer. Let's see as well too. Yeah, she's slowing down good here. I want to see the altitude start going down as well once it gets to the speed where it's trying to get down to here. Let's see what happens. This is what I'm expecting. Okay. Okay, well, interesting. Let's go ahead and looks like we're gonna have to do a flight change here. Didn't like it took it upon itself to do that. So okay, all right. So now we have it. It'll start slowing down accordingly like it should, but we still have to hit that flight change there for it to respectfully start descending to the altitude that you got it set to. Now, I'm still expecting it to cross each one of these waypoints at the altitude it should be. So it's NIX, we should be crossing NIX at 19,000. Check our chart here and see where NIX is. Yeah, NIX is showing 19,000. NIX is showing 19,000 right here. That's where we're expecting it to be. Let's make sure that it's going to be on track there. await putting in our arrival information there for our arrival airport. All right, 210 degrees, 08 knots. That's what we're expecting. That okay, and the temperature is going to be minus 04 Celsius. Altimeter, we're looking at altimeter 30.22. Landing weight. What was our estimated landing weight? So we had landing fuel. Estimated landing fuel that we had extra. I'm not sure what the landing weight's going to be. We're going to be full flaps. Let's see. Not sure what that is here. Full reverse. We're expecting spoilers. We want spoilers to be set for auto. Auto brakes. We're going to have auto brakes. Let's go max auto on the brakes still. We got plenty of runway, but still let's go max auto. Let's calculate. Performance not valid for overweight landing. Landing weight. Let's check out our weight here. Let's come back to this here. Let's look at a couple things here. Aircraft information. Landing weight, performance. Okay, where you put that there. A second there. Landing weight. Look what we got here. 415,000. 415,000. Let's do that. 415,000. Should make a difference there. Okay, nice. Okay, we captured it. So our VNAV should be at let's see. Let's go ahead and we'll make sure we're down at speeds of 148 on our arrival. Operational landing distance 1,371 meters. Landing distance available. Okay, good. Okay, this is good calculation here. En route landing data. For us being at this weight when we arrive. So our VNAV, we're going to be at full flaps, and our speeds, we're going to have our speed down to 148 on that. As a matter of fact, it seems that we're going to be at a full reverse brakes. We'll go ahead and just bring our +5. We'll have our VREF for full flaps. We'll set it for 153 knots on arrival. Okay, so let's see how we're doing here. Okay, so we got NICS, and we're crossing NICS in 11 nautical miles. We should be at 19,000 feet. Are we going to be there? Got 10 more miles to go. It may happen. So we may definitely cross it right at where it should be. So allow it to keep descending. Okay, so I got some external views here. That's our terrain. Okay. Let's go ahead and communicate to Denver Center. Let them know our intentions here. I'll let them know where we are. Let them know that we are arriving via SID, and that we are currently descending for arrival. Denver traffic, this is United 1979 Heavy, currently on descent via Nix to arrival, crossing Nix at 19,000 feet. Continuing to descend, we'll be arriving via runway 16 right for 979. Alright, so anyone that's listening to frequency that's at Denver, they know our intentions, so there we have it. And I noticed that we did not cross Nix at 19. Well, correction. It says above 19,000. Doesn't say at 19,000. So yes, I think we are fine. I think we're fine to be at 23,000. We just crossed Nix. Okay. Now, importantly, when we cross Hager, we should be at 25 knots between 15 and 20,000 when we cross Hager, which is next 9 nautical miles. Looks like we do have a speed, so we'll reduce here. Let's put a few flaps on here, a little bit of air brakes there. Okay, applying some air brakes. A little bit more, actually. Okay, let's slow it down. Bring our speeds down to 250 knots. Okay, we'll leave our speed brakes. Continue with our descent. Crossing Hager here shortly. Another 3 miles. Okay, and yes, we are on target as far as our current altitude. Okay, we should be crossing J-Page between altitudes of 15,000 and 17,000 feet. We should be crossing J-Page in the next 12 nautical miles. And as I mentioned previously, we got to keep up with our header here. We should be at let's change our header to 300 and 322. Let's zoom in on our charts a little bit here. Okay. Okay, we're going to be setting our altimeter. Setting our altimeter as soon as we cross 18,000. Our altimeter coming into Denver is going to be 3022. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and set our altimeter to 3022. Okay, there we go. Altimeter set. Still on our descent down to 11,000 feet. Still on course. Passing J page, another 2 nautical miles. Between altitudes of 15,000 and 17,000 feet, which we're on target. Good. Crossing routes. This is where we're just getting that error message saying that we will not be able to cross routes within 15,000 feet. We have 17 nautical miles to get down to 15,000 feet, so I don't see that being a problem whatsoever. We should be able to cross routes between 13,000 and 15,000 feet with no issues there. Let's go ahead and turn on our anti-ice as well. Still on target, heading direct to routes. Speeds are good, 250 knots. Continue our descent. At 313, header at 313. Let's go ahead and adjust our header. 313. And got a little peek out of the sky, clouds there. So take a quick look around. I have an opportunity to. That's some clear coverage. Okay, looking nice. Denver Airport right in front of us, right ahead of us. Denver Airport, we have visual there, right there, right at our 12 o'clock. We're going to be looping around the bottom there, go to the left airport, head up north 353 degrees, then we're going to turn, and then we're going to go ahead and make aim for it. Cross routes at 2 miles, and we'll be cross routes between 13,000 and 15,000 feet. There we go. Okay, so it looks like we're going to hold 15,000 feet, even crossing rapids in another 3 miles. And then at that point, we're going to keep on with our descent after we cross rapids. Cross Rapids another mile, and we should have a change in altitude. There it is. It's now starting to descend even more. Should be crossing Rydal at around about 12,000 feet. Should be able to get a nice visual of Denver out of our. Oh, there's Denver Airport. A nice view of Denver Airport there. Okay, that's a nice view. As a matter of fact, we can actually see our runway too, right here. Right where my cursor is the runway we'll be coming in on, right there. Okay, runway 16 right. It's a really good visual here. This is great. Yeah, coming in right here on 16 right. Parking right along around this area here. Parking a little south of the airport there. Alright, we'll be passing Rydal another 10 nautical miles. And through the cliff, speeds will drop down to 210 knots, and we'll be leveling off at around 11,000 feet. It's a good view of Denver there. Making a turn here. It looks like let me get back in the copy so we can see where it is. We're cliff. Turning the cliff, we'll see where speeds are dropping to, down to 210 knots, and should be crossing the cliff at around 11,000. So we did say that we were going to get rid of our vectors if air traffic control was not online. So based on what we see here, air traffic control is still not online here in the area, so we're going to go ahead and remove the vectors. And let's see here, let's go ahead and clear that vector there. We're going to go to Cal, go to vector, execute. Okay, still show that routes 15,000 unable to. It's strange. Okay. And we're going to continue holding that 11,000 feet too, even through Kyle. And we'll come straight into 16 right. Oh, also, this, don't get fooled by this. This 11,000 feet here, we're actually to the ground. Oh man, much closer than 11,000 feet. Now, this is Denver, so we got a really high elevation. Let's go ahead and turn our landing lights and stuff on now. The elevation is so high here, so it'll fool you thinking that you're actually truly at that height here. By the time we hit the ground, we're still going to be sitting at, I think, around about 5,000 feet. So we're actually truly around 6,000 feet already. Around about. So. All right. So mention that we're going to go auto as far as our maximum auto brakes. So we're almost all set here. Preparation for arrival. We should be at the header 01 or 0. Okay, keep it at that. Remember that we're going to make some adjustments to our header too once we get on our initial approach. Move our header preparation for a misapproach. The biggest thing is remain a few steps ahead. Always remain a few steps ahead, which is really important. We're going to change our altitude to 10,000 here. It's crossing in 15 nautical miles, we're going to start descending even more. So let's choose next here. We'll just go ahead and select 7,000 because that's going to 7,000 is going to put us on a glide slope. It may actually be 9,000. So let's go ahead and just put 9,000 in for now. We'll check that for our runway real quick. Let's see. Denver 16 right. Okay, approach 16 right. Okay, and we should be around 10 or 11, 10 or 9. We should be hitting our glide slope. So I think it's fair to say let's go ahead and set it at. So we got shred. We got shred at 10,000. Let's just go ahead and put it at 10,000. Extend 1 degree on our flaps there. Okay, we should be turning to shred here soon after we hit Kyle, after we cross Kyle. Okay, let's also turn on our APU. Get that started up. Get that turned on. Okay, as soon as we cross Kyle, at 11,000, the next 2 nautical miles, we're going to go ahead and hit flight change so it can get us down to. Okay, so here we go. Oh, let's pulling the wrong way here. Let's go to the right, not to the left. Kyle is to the left here. Let's capture it that way. Make sure it's taking. Okay, it's good. Okay, let's go ahead and do our flight change here. Start that descent. It's kind of strange how it started pivoting in the opposite direction there for where we want to go, but we caught it in time. All right. Okay, we can see the runway up ahead. We're going to go ahead and make another announcement to traffic. Alright, traffic, this is United 1979 Heavy. We got we're actually on initial approach for one-way 16 right, 1979.
Think rate. Think rate. Think rate. Think rate. 500. Think rate. 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 Think rate.
Okay, folks, we're gonna go ahead and go around. We didn't descend quick enough as we should have, so we're gonna go ahead and go around here and then do a reapproach here. So we're gonna go. We're gonna miss approach here. We're gonna go up to altitude 12,000 and climb there, and we turn as far as direction to 218 degrees as far as we're heading. Set this here, 218 degrees. Okay, we want it to be right around here. 218, we're going to select that.
Too low, gear.
Okay, let's go ahead and make our turn.
Too low, gear.
10,000 feet. Flip our flaps too. Let's get our flaps back up. Okay, we are going to go around course here. Speed here. Okay, a couple things here. Okay, so would have made it easier if I engaged my autopilot again, which I just did. I wouldn't have to fight with it so much, but we are on course. We're doing everything pretty much manually, but notice I didn't have autopilot back on when we got to initiate to go around. I was wondering why nothing was working with me, but I realized because I didn't have autopilot back on. So autopilot's back on. We'll get back on course as far as our arrival. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and key in our go ahead and key in shred. We'll just go direct to shred, which is the top of our arrival there. We'll give this another attempt. Okay, here we go. We should be turning now for shred. Keep our speed up. Okay, we should be at shred at, we're going to take her down to 10,000 feet when we hit shred. Actually, let's go ahead and perform a heading here. Let's fly. Let's go heading 00. Let's just fly a plane that we already see in place there. take that same route there. So we'll go ahead and head in this direction, 06 degrees. Okay, perfect. Okay, looks good. Traffic, this is United 1979. We missed that approach into 16 right. We're having to go around. We're going to be reapproaching again, runway 16 right. We'll advise this once I'm on final for 979. Okay, let's get down to 10,000. I want to manually control my throttles from this point on. I want to have more control of the aircraft here. Okay, we'll go ahead and allow it to do auto throttle now. Let's see how that's performing for us. Okay, we'll keep it at that. Okay. Good executables for a missed approach. We went ahead and followed our plan as far as our taking off the heading 2 direction of 218 and climbing 12,000 feet, and then turned back for another reapproach again for 60 right. One thing I noticed, we did not set our navigation for our localizer. Localizer is 110. Let me set this here real quick, folks, then I'll show you. We got 111.9 as far as our localizer. Should have that set there. 1 second here. Okay, and 173 as far as our degrees of angle. Set that as well too. Okay, and we got that from our maps here. Localizer 111.9, CRS 176 for the rival for 16 right. We didn't set that, didn't program it. We have it now in place for nav 1, so that should get us on target there on the approach. And there now you see something we didn't see before. We see the indicator for the localizer for the approach. So a misstep there, that's okay. We made a good go around there successfully, and we're reapproaching now with the set localizer to capture the ILS for 16 right. We start our turn now. Let's see here. Yeah, let's start our turn now for. Turn at 173 degrees is what we want to turn to. Okay. Okay, we no longer need that now. Let's go ahead and make sure we set our speed down to 153 knots. Okay, we're bringing down our flaps for our arrival. Let's bring our flaps all the way down. Okay, good. Okay, let's set our localizer here for our approach. There we go. Establish localizer. Okay. Got our localizer there. We've established our localizer, and we soon will be hitting our glide slope here. Denver ground is United 1979 Heavy. Initial approach, runway 16 right. So we're good. Everything looks good. Let's bring down our gear. Okay, we'll maintain 153 knots. Maximum on our speed brake. Let's put this arm our brakes there. Okay, just glide our way on right in. No issues there. Good. We'll manually take it in once we get a little closer to the runway there. Right on target. Okay, glide slope has been established. Okay, we're good. shouldn't happen again, but just in case, let's go ahead and just make sure we have our misapproached heading set in case we miss again. No, we shouldn't. We are on target here with our glide slope and everything. Got our speed right. Yeah, we are glide slope right into our runway here. Continue our approach. Looking at our map here, we are right on point here for our arrival. We'll go ahead and prepare our maps for our airport as we arrive, so we can track our taxi. Check, everything looks good. Cleared for our final approach, runway 16 right. Okay, let's disengage autopilot and let's manually take her in. Okay, right now we got manual controls. successfully. This is a good run here. Gave us an opportunity to see how it is if we're having to do a go around for a misapproach. I think we exercised procedure as well as we should have. We're exiting runway 16 right via Delta 5. Okay, let's see. We'll just bring our flaps back in to 0%. Then turn our landing lights off, runway lights off, leave taxi light on, take strobe light off, and continue our taxi. Okay, turning here on hotel. Continue taxi on hotel. And we'll turn and we'll park somewhere at one of these gates right over here on this wing here. Instead, let's go ahead and park at one of these gates over here to our left. Make it a little easier for us.
Please match your plate check to your back to ensure that incorrect is back.
Okay, let's stop it right here. Let's pull our brakes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we made it to Denver, Colorado. Let's go ahead and power down and turn off the fasten seatbelts. Okay, so first let's double check, make sure our APU gens are on. Okay, APU still on. Go on, let's double check APU. Yeah, APU still at 100%. Let's go ahead and... Okay. Power's coming down. Okay, alright, at this point, let's go ahead and shut off our lights as well too. I like to see real quick here as far as our landing, how our landing looked externally. So let's take an external view here real quick of our landing, and let's toggle that. Let's see how it looks here on arrival. Is not showing, I noticed, replay does not show your flaps. Flaps right now are full, but Perth replay is not showing. So we can just ignore that, just look at our touchdown. Fast forward to our touchdown. And it's not recording out of our flap change. Okay. Let's fast forward, we'll play right around in here. Pretty smooth landing there. Let's do a passenger view from the window there. Actually, no, let's do an overcut view there. Okay, right down the middle. Okay, nice. Now let's rewind one more time. Just get a quick pass. Okay. We'll take the left side. Left side on this one. Like the steering actually works, but the flaps is not showing on replay. It's okay. Like the reverses came up on the replay. I'm sorry, the reverses, but the speed brakes there. Yeah, it's too bad we're not able to capture our full length as far as our flaps on arrival based on this replay. Let's rewind one more time. Let's get it from a tower view. Okay, here's our tower view. Let's zoom in here. Okay. Okay, nice view there from the tower. All right, y'all, we're going to end it there. Looks like it's a good arrival for this 787-900. Let's go ahead and let's disengage this here toggle and put us back to the terminal there. Okay, yeah, so this was, oh wow, you can see the side of, check that out again. I stumbled on this one here. I think I've seen the side of the terminal. That's pretty cool. We're at the gate right there. Huh. So imagery of shops. Very cool. Well, we're actually grounding here a little bit. Very interesting. I never knew that this existed, so okay, that's cool. Alright, this is Denver International Airport. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this was a good flight. We're going to go ahead and leave from here. Please like and subscribe. We'll be planning our next flight or our next episode. Alright, you all, thank you for joining.